takeaway for me during this quarantine time has been the importance of friends and family. I read a book recently which said that after the age of 20, the amount of hours that you spend with your mom and dad can be boiled down to 1 month. So from 20 to the day you die, the amount of days you actually spend with your mom and dad is 1 month. And that gave me a realization of I don't want that. I want to spend more time with them. I want to make more memories with my family, with my parents, before it's too late. I think at the end of the day, it is all about family and friends. So make sure you take time out of your busy schedules and give the people that matter the most your time.
I think what I've realized throughout this whole situation is that distance is really what you make it. I've been able to talk to my parents and my friends in Pakistan a lot more than I would usually be able to. And I mean, I think that's the best way to sort of frame this is as an opportunity to do all the things that you ordinarily wouldn't be able to do or that you might hesitate to do.
So my family and I have actually gone a lot closer during this time period. We've been video chatting every day, you know, just checking in and stuff. So I'm feeling pretty grateful for that.
This quarantine is a lot, but one of the things I'm most grateful for is connecting more with my family. We're, on Zoom calls every day and checking in with each other a lot more. So we're actually more well-connected in each other's lives than we ever have been before, which is awesome.
We are really positive because we've managed to spend time with each other, haven't we?
Yeah.
And what else have we done?
We have played together.
Yeah, you got a black eye with your brother.
Yeah.
You've been running into each other. And then also, what did we do, which is so positive?
We built a Lego.
We built a Lego together.
Yes.
So,
and this is what it can do. It can move.
and before
sort of.
quarantine, we didn't have time to do these things together. But now we can spend time together. Sending love and everybody keep safe.
Yes, and watch out for the monsters. He's gonna come and get you. Bye-bye.
Ciao from Italy. At the beginning here the situation was shocking, but then we found the positive energy inside us that allowed us to create a new routine based on self-care moments, well-being and new positive habits to boost our mood. And our friends are also happy to have us home.
Nana,
Hi.
hope your quarantine is doing well. So during our quarantine, so we've been cooking a lot with my grandma.
Learning a lot of Chinese recipes with our grandma.
I've been exploring my creativity by painting.
One of the positive things that's come out of this quarantine is I've been able to spend time with my new husband. We've gotten married less than a year ago and we both were working a bunch. So every night now we do what I call our old couple walks, and we spend time after work to just take a walk and talk in the courtyard. So it's been really nice reconnecting with people again.
Something that has allowed me to truly reflect during COVID-19 is being able to run. I used to run all the time and then I stopped because life gets busy and I had a baby and work and all these things that allow us to stop doing the things that we love. But during COVID, I've been running every single day and this has truly helped me reduce my stress and calm my mind.
My positive reflection from being at home over the last few weeks has been fixing my habits, whether it's getting rid of old ones or trying to implement new ones. I really hope we turn out to be better people when we come out of this phase.
Quarantine has taught me now is the time to change the world as we know it, and everything that we need already resides within us.
One thing that the quarantine has taught me is to slow down with everything. I feel like before I was kind of rushing into life. I was waking up in the morning, rushing to work, rushing to the gym, rushing to meditation, and I never kind of slowed down and really felt how I was. And I think that this forced quarantine has really taught me to remember to slow down and really feel.
So for anyone who knows me, they know that I used to be on a plane every 7 to 10 days and traveling everywhere and being everywhere. What I've come to realize is you can accomplish a lot just by staying put and by being focused. If one of the things I'm going to walk away from after all of this is going to be implementing a lot of that and maximizing my time and minimizing my wear and tear from being in different places in different times without there really being a need to be in different places at different times.
During quarantine, I've realised how amazing and lucky we are to actually have the internet. We are lucky to be able to have social media, to make online friends, and to see other people's posts and affirmations and positivity, in addition being able to actually utilise internet and talk to our friends and our family.
I think what I've realised is your family are there for you no matter what. I didn't used to call up my family every day before this whole situation happened, and now I am. I speak to my parents like 3 or 4 times a day, and my brother and my sisters in Australia, so it doesn't matter how far we are all apart, this whole situation has brought us so much closer.
True, and I feel very privileged to be spending it with you.
Yeah, we're a bit of a wild couple, I think, and you're my best mate.
We haven't argued, and it's brought us closer, and we've just been a comedy show every day.
So I've been trying to focus on positive, and for me, that is the fact that this is the first time in my lifetime that we as a collective world are focusing on the same thing, and that is protecting each other by staying inside to keep each other safe. And that is a profound act of love for people that you don't know, that you will never meet, and you will never know. I think that that is incredibly important, and that's what I'm trying to hold on to.
In this time, I've been really impressed by the way that society has chosen to come together and connect in unconventional ways. And it's made me feel really proud to be a part of a society that really cherishes human connection and is able to do it in different forms. And I think a prime example of that is what we're doing now, sharing our reflections and spreading good in a time where it's easy to focus on the bad.
I think a lot of people have felt pressure to try and Zoom and house party and FaceTime as many people as possible. And I think, to be realistic, that can sometimes seem like a bit of a burden and a bit of a chore. And I think I've realized that the ones who I don't feel any pressure to speak to, but that we just naturally connect, it reminds you how important true friendships are.
Some things that help me stay positive during this quarantine when I'm in a negative headspace is knowing that everybody feels this way right now. We all kind of feel scared and confused. Some other things that helped me during this quarantine is getting my mind off of everything. I started to knit.
Quarantine for me has highlighted the importance of sometimes revisiting the activities that you did in your childhood, because it turns out that some of them still bring just as much happiness.
I'm really grateful for all my books and the books that I haven't read, because I never get the time to read, and this is the best time to do it.
A positive thing that I've seen happen during this time is everyone coming together and realising we really are one. Whether you are a human, an animal, or part of Mother Nature, this is everyone's home.
I, for one, was never really comfortable in the kitchen and never would volunteer to cook or bake anything. However, these past couple of weeks have taught me to really be resourceful with what I have in my kitchen or what's available to me in the supermarket. I've started following incredible people on Instagram that help you cook from whatever's in your fridge or in your pantry, and I think it's safe to say that I'm feeling very confident in the kitchen now.
I would have to say my positive reflection from quarantine would actually be reflecting itself. We always live such busy lives, and it's so nice to take some time to think about who you are, who you want to be, where you are in life in terms of your goals and whether you've achieved them, and kind of rethink a plan and reflect generally on your soul and well-being.
Now I have so much time to try out things I've never tried, like doing my makeup in really fun, crazy ways like this, and working on some art pieces and trying out different styles I've never tried before.
My positive reflection for quarantine is having the time and the space to reflect on aspects of my life that I'm super grateful for and that I feel in tuned with and connected with, and then other parts of my life where I feel like I'm not living my authentic self and not necessarily changing it right now, but just reflecting and having the time to really get to the bottom of what it is that I want and what I am and who I am and all of that wonderful, wonderful information that we're usually too busy to sit with.
One thing I've learned during quarantine is to never say never, because you'd be surprised at how many things that you're capable of doing and or trying, thinking about when you are forced to have this time to yourself versus like always being busy in the day-to-day.
My positive reflection that I've had from staying at home over the past couple of weeks has been this amplified sense of gratitude towards everything, from the calls that I'm receiving from my family members and friends, to doing puzzles at home, learning to cook a new dish. And I think when life is really busy, especially in a city like Dubai, you tend to forget to really appreciate all the small stuff that comes in your life.
Maybe this quarantine gives us an opportunity to rethink the way we've thought about our lives and maybe choose a slightly different path or a kinder path, something to make us a better version of ourselves.
This is a time to get to know ourselves better, to see how are we feeling on the inside and try to understand all those feelings that we've been shutting down. Because even though we have less freedom to walk on the streets and do what we want, our weaknesses also take away our freedom, and it's time to self-educate and get to know ourselves better.
During this quarantine, I've been doing a lot of self-learning that I need, and one of them is learning for the first time how to edit using motion graphics and other programs that I'm using for the hair and makeup tutorials that I'm doing. I think it's going well.
And the things that I've learned at home is actually recording myself, like the voice, instead of going to the studio. So obviously I do it when there's no noise in the house and or wake up really early or really late. So we're working on a song right now. I'll show you a little bit. In this universe, all you need is love.
I've been working a lot recently with mirrors, and so those past days I've been thinking about how and why this material, the mirror, inspires me and fascinates me so deeply. It's because the mirror works for me as an open portal to my own reality. And right now, as we are going through this unprecedented crisis, this power of self-transformation is a key to moving forward through uncertainty. It's the time to take time to know ourselves, and from this knowledge create our own reality.
Being in Australia, for example, like our time zone is completely different to US, Europe, Asia, and so like literally because we've all been at home for pretty much most of the day, it's actually been easier to keep in touch with more people, which is really, really nice, because like time difference really makes you feel isolated sometimes, and it's been a good time to actually reconnect with everyone again.
I have been doing my own nails, been making my own coffee, I've been baking, and I am now joining TikTok. So I am a woman that is saving money.
I think this has really taught me to appreciate the network I have virtually, but hopefully soon in person.
Finally found the time to read the books I want to read and organize my closet.
I've gotten a bigger understanding and a bigger appreciation for the things we take for granted, at least that I take for granted. Going out to the movies or going to a restaurant or just spending time with loved ones, just makes me understand that these moments are precious and they don't come all the time.
And whenever I was looking back at things I wish I was doing right now, that I'm always looking back to really positive and incredible memories, and I realize that's due to being really fully present in that moment and living that moment to the fullest. Just incredibly grateful for having all these wonderful memories to look back on.
For me personally, I have quite a busy life. That means that I'm not always able to really connect with people that matter to me as much as I would like. And I think this whole thing with slowing our lives down has really taught us what's important, and to really prioritize those people that mean the most to us and how much they can actually help us. And it's also given me a newfound appreciation for technology. I think that really shows that distance really doesn't really matter that much when it comes to connection with people.
One of my favorite things that I couldn't recommend enough is game night on Friday nights on Zoom with my friends. It's become my favorite day of the week, and either from card games to online games, we've done it all. Trust me, It's so nice to be able to feel like you're not alone, you have your friends with you, and I really recommend you guys try it.
I'm glad I'm able to find love and light from my family, friends, and most importantly, myself. I'm able to go inwards, feel grateful for the things that I took for granted before.
A little bit of kindness can go such a long way. We're all going through the same things right now, so let's just encourage one another and be there for each other.
It's overwhelming to see all these things happening around you and feel like there's nothing you can do. But if there's one thing that I've been clinging to throughout this whole thing is seeing these positive messages of unity and humanity that have been happening all around the world. You know, neighbors are helping one another. People are suddenly thinking about people from whether it's around the globe or across the street that they've never even sort of considered before. And so I think that the one thing that will pull us out of this and the thing that we can really take with us moving forward is this sense of connected humanity and this sense that, you know, we are all interconnected. All of our actions affect one another. My actions affect the reality of my neighbor and the reality of people I've never met. I hope that we don't just fall back into our old routines once this is over. I hope that we do carry some of these positive aspects with us into the future, because I think it will help us create a better world for everybody.
The one positive reflection I've had during this time is just having the comfort of knowing that the earth is finally healing. While we stay inside, pollution has gone down, the air quality is getting better in different places. I just feel like the earth is finally getting the healing it's needed for a while now. And I hope I can come out of this quarantine changing some habits that will be kinder to the environment.
One thing I'm super grateful for is that I'm an optimist, and I think now more than ever that quality is really beneficial to me, and it's helping me brainstorm creatively in every aspect of my life. Like for work, I'm constantly asking, okay, but what can we do? There might be a new idea I think of during this time that I never would have been forced to think of if things were still fine, and that might be the idea that pushes us through and takes us to another level of success.
One of the things that I've been doing during this time is really trying to embrace my inner child again. Whether that's being creative in the kitchen, creating fun DIYs like hair masks, face masks, sketching in my sketchbook, which I haven't done in years. These are just some of the things that used to spark so much joy to me as a child, and I realized growing up I put so much of that off, and I don't know why, but it's just been really fun to reintroduce that back into my life again.
We've really got a wake-up call. And for me, my biggest learning experience was how important my immune health is to our general well-being. And I now understand the significance of vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin C, all the B vitamins. But the most important thing is I don't want to get my vitamins out of a bottle. I want to get them out of fruits and vegetables and my spices and how I cook my food. And so these last 2-3 weeks have actually enriched me in the sense that I'm becoming quite an expert in immune health, and I'm really grateful for that. And I hope that all of you are well. I hope you'll come out of it very enriched and a better person. Take care of yourself.